What's up, Rollerflyers? Welcome to episode 2 in this documentary series where we talk about creating Rollerfly and tips for you to use so you can bring your creative ideas to life and build a brand and make some money. But before we go any further, hit that subscribe button the way these guys are hitting. Paul, watch out, Paul. We're also going to start having drawings for all our subscribers, so if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. You want to be on my good list, not my other list. And I wanted to give a shout out to the NRHL, the National Roller Hockey League, as they go through their 2020 draft. Now here's one company that's trying to push professional roller hockey around North America. Kudos to them, and we'll wish them the best of luck. And I've got a great video of an NRHL goalie getting into a fight right here.
Picked up by Purcell. Purcell tries to make a move to the net. He's knocked down by
you don't be taking out the Rollerfly goalies, bud.
Both of them are on top of Purcell. Stuffy's helmet got knocked off. Uh-oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Looks like the
Fight
goalies
him.
are going to go. Yeah, I gotta love it. Here we go.
Took him down. There we go. National Roller Hockey League right there, boys. Okay, now let's dive back into the history of Rollerfly and how it got created. The best tool that you're going to need in any kind of entrepreneurial adventure that you're thinking about going on is a calendar. Just a regular old school puppy dog kitty cat calendar. Google Calendar works also. Look at the little puppy wuppies. Oh my lordy. So with the calendar, I would put down something every day for myself to do for the business, no matter how small. Sometimes just thinking about how to solve one of the problems or one of the issues, sometimes researching things online. But I would devote a little bit of time every day to do that. I had to hold myself accountable for this business and for this project. Sometimes that daily goal was just to call someone and ask them questions. Ask about products, ask about plastics, ask about manufacturing, ask about shipping, ask about injection molding. And yeah, sometimes it was just doing research online for specific things. And over the weeks of doing this with your calendar, all those little goals add up and add up and add up, and they add up quickly. So how did we start? Yeah, our first prototypes, they were made of cardboard with little Sharpie pen marks all over them. And as silly as that looks, it's a start. And of course, people are going to look at it and laugh. They're not going to be able to see what you see. They're not going to see the vision that you have for the product and for the idea, at least not when it starts. So what we did was we took these cardboard cutouts and some plastic sheets that I had purchased, and I took it to a plastic fabricator. They had a CNC cutting machine that could cut out the pattern of the part that we wanted. And it wasn't going to be perfect, but it was at least going to be a workable prototype. That's what we were going for. You're not going to hit a perfect product the exact first time that you do the prototype. It's just not going to happen. And people ask, well, how did you pay for all of this? I don't have any money to start this. Well, you know what? I had a credit card and I just started putting things on the credit card. And the risk right there was that I would pay it off sometime in the future. And that yes, I was going to have to carry the debt. But it also made me more accountable for what I was doing because I was adding up all of this debt. So the fabricator that I met with was very friendly, very helpful. And when I pitched my idea to them, they had no clue what I was talking about. They didn't know what I was wanting to do. And it took a while of brainstorming, pushing ideas back and forth with them to actually figure out what I wanted. Because I didn't exactly know what I wanted. And so part of being an entrepreneur is looking for help and finding people to help you that have that expertise in that area that you don't. You have this crazy idea, but you may not have any kind of expertise on where to take that idea or how to develop something or how to manufacture something or injection molding or anything like that. You need to learn, but you don't have to be an expert. Find the experts to help you. So what I got here is a little jig. It's the first jig that we had of Rollerfly. And what they use this for is they put this into the CNC cutting machine so that it can like cut out and you put another plate next to it or something and it pushes this through the machine and it cuts the other plate. And they can cut a ton of plates really fast, really quickly. So yeah, I got a jig. Might turn it into like a lamp or a sign or something. So with the jig, it was able to cut the plates into two. So we got 2 plates here. And if you can see, the plates are the same width, thickness. So our first idea was to take 2 of the same thickness plates, cut them both so that they're kind of mirror each other, and then on one plate cut out the holes, and the other plate was just flat. So in theory, it was to have this with metal balls, and you couldn't replace the balls. That was the first iteration of the product. However, when we tried this out, a number of problems arose really quickly. Number one, the plates started separating almost immediately after trying to slide on them. And the metal balls worked great on concrete, but they sucked on plastic surfaces. They dug right in as soon as I tried to slide. The metal balls on a plastic surface was just not going to work. It was going to damage the surface right away, and I saw that immediately. But we did kind of get the strapping parts correct. So we just thought, hey, how is this going to strap to a pad? Okay, well, we strapped the cardboard thing to the pad, and we figured that out. And then we said, okay, well, if I can strap a cardboard thing to the pad, should be able to strap a plastic thing to the pad. So there you go. Prototype number 1 for our Rollerfly. And I would have to say the most difficult part about creating the Rollerfly wasn't cutting out the shape or figuring out the shape or anything like that. The most difficult part for us was creating the holes for the balls and figuring out how to hold the balls into the plate. And as you can see with this one, there's 2 equally thick plates that kind of just sandwich the balls together. That wasn't going to work, so I had to figure out something else. And that's also one of the reasons why I don't fear anybody else copying Rollerfly, because it's just with a CNC machine cutting up the plastic, it's too difficult to do on a massive scale. Like, you can make 1 or 2 plates, or you're basically making a couple a day. And with the holes, I had to drill like a circular cavity deep into the plate, and I had to do it at exactly the right width, or else if it was too narrow, the ball would stick and it wouldn't come out of the plate enough. If the hole was too wide, the ball would just fall right out. And we had a lot of those plates that I just had to throw away. So I knew for production, CNC machining was not going to work for this project. And that left injection molding. You can also see there's kind of a size difference between the original and the current Rollerfly that we have. The current one's just a little bit bigger, and we were able to put our logo in on it. Now, once I had the prototype made, I contacted a patent attorney. Yep, just went on Google, looked up for a patent attorney in my city and called him up, scheduled an appointment, and brought what I had to him. And of course, this guy didn't play hockey. He had no idea what I was talking about. He's an attorney. But showing him the prototype and then showing him some of the pictures and some of the sketches that we had done and how to describe what the product was and how it was going to work and how it was going to change people's lives. And yes, it's not a cheap thing to do. Again, you're going to incur that debt. So make sure when you're going through with a project like this, you hold yourself accountable for the debt that you're incurring. Now, lastly for this episode, if you're thinking about creating something and you're not sure if somebody else has created something similar, you're going to have to do a patent search. And this day and age, you can do a patent search on Google. You just go Google patent right there. Google patents, roller hockey apparatus. You can find Rollerfly right there and how he designed it. So Google Patents is a nice search engine that you can use to search any kind of patents that are filed with the U.S. Patent Office. So inline skates, it's going to come up with a scroll of patents regarding inline skates, inline skating, all different kinds of things like that. Again, go to Google, type in Google Patents, and then follow that link to the Google search. Stay tuned for next episode where we talk about why we created Rollerfly, the shape and angle and the balls the way that we did.